This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IPA Livecast. Gene Simmons was quoted this week saying he doesn't have any friends. Is it possible Gene is just a simulation like me? Don't worry. You may not have any friends, but you still have lots of customers, and isn't that what really counts? Unrelated, happy Rosh Hashanah. Our IPA Livecast starts now.
Shannon is a day early, but yes, it's Rosh Hashanah. We're 2 days early. It's on Monday. What day is it? Who knows anymore? Welcome, RIPA Livecast. It's Rob here with Sid and Durinsky. Heyo. On a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's fall. Summer is officially over.
Barf.
It's over.
Disgusting.
Summer's over.
I was telling Rob the other day, I need like literally the first day of autumn, like by the calendar, it became fucking freezing. Like I need like a taxi to the runway to taxi on into this shitty weather.
I mean, it was, when freezing is a bit much. It was the morning, it was like in the 50s. And then it was back to like 60,
It's
70s.
freezing.
I defy that interpretation. I think it was about 31 outside.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It was about 12 degrees, Sid.
It felt like the
Jeez.
North fucking Pole after all this hot weather that we've had.
I guess with my waterfront property, I just have a warmer climate somehow by me.
I must
You have a
have
cooler climate, you mean?
Apparently
I don't know.
not.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that a waterfront thing?
Yes, but
Cooler.
somehow it was warmer by me than by you guys. So somehow it's reversed.
I can't
see.
take it. Can't take it. It was honestly the reverse for this summer. It was a very I feel like it was very temperate. It wasn't like 110 degrees ever. It was nice and warm all the time, but it wasn't like blazing
I don't
hot.
know.
Except for a couple
was,
of it was a week.
It was blazing hot this summer. Yeah.
You think so? I think there was
yeah.
one really bad week and the rest of it was very, very nice. Very beautiful.
I feel like there was definitely a good month where you could not leave the house, or not you couldn't leave the house, where it was uncomfortable to leave the house between noon and like 4 p.m.
I did not experience that.
Perhaps your body can handle the heat better than most.
That's true. I do love it. Absolutely.
Oh,
Whoa.
we got Rona? We got a Rona Rabba?
You got a PCR test anywhere?
I have been out in public this week. I went to Darren and I went to Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Oh.
AEW Grand Slam. We went to see a pro wrestling event.
How was
Very
it?
fun.
It was great. The event itself was great, and I have to say that stadium is great. And the weirdest thing about it was that other than like right in the very peak of the show, any other time that we walked around, it was like a ghost town. It was a full house. I don't know how. We were like walking around the concourse, and there was like one or two. The people at the concession stands were just kind of like sitting there like this.
Huh.
I guess everyone loves AEW so much they just stay in their seat the whole time.
It's a testament
Well,
to the
I think
quality
we
of
were
the product.
walking around. We were walking around already, like past, like halfway through the show already. Like past 10 o'clock. So it's like
that is true. But I mean, when we went back to the seats, they were all occupied. It's not like people went home. In fact, we tried to sneak down, and it was not easy. We got kicked out a couple of times.
Oh shit! Really?
We finally made a safe landing, but it took some effort.
Yeah, so it's so funny because in that venue, it's very clear half of security cares about their job and half doesn't, and it's all about who you run into. So the whole lower bowl section, to even get into that area, it's closed off. You have to pass security and show them your ticket that you belong in the lower bowl. So So it's already halfway through the show. The live show is over. Then they tape the show that airs Friday night. So
it's still a live show for you there.
Right. But like,
but everyone cares about the live show is the point.
So like
the TV
after
cameras.
After the main show, there was like a 15 to 20% exodus in the audience because also it was already 10 o'clock at night. It's a Wednesday night, and the show went till 12:40. We didn't even make it.
Damn.
We left.
Really?
There was one match left. 2 matches left.
Two. Yeah.
But they
It was
weren't that
it was
good.
the
You
point.
didn't care about seeing them.
I would have
I
cared
mean,
if it was like in the beginning, but like they were.
yeah,
They were
like
the two.
at that point
Yeah.
in the night, it was just. Also, I was like kind of dozing off, and I still had to drive home, and you got to take that into account. You know, like I need energy. I need to be awake to drive. So I figured the our safety and lives were more valuable than seeing these
I
two
mean-
matches. So
I
I
was-
decided.
Shifty Shortcake in the chat, by the way, Rob. He has your number. Says Rob needs
Oh.
security to be a Kenyan diplomat before he'll push his way past them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You know,
You're never gonna live that down.
sometimes I'm vulnerable on the show, and I really regret it. I tell you why.
Damn right.
Do you know who I am? AEW Arthur Ashe Tennis Stadium
not how
security.
now you're turning the story around. That's not. I didn't say that at all.
And honestly, wouldn't Rob be like the AEW version of a Kenyan diplomat himself? He's people who knows people.
Right.
Shouldn't you have had all
Yeah.
access passes to begin with?
Well, he was people who knew people in the airport and customs too. That was his whole point. I would have
But yeah,
stayed.
so the
I wouldn't have
first
minded.
security did not let us in, so we just we looped around and found another one who had disdain for her job and just didn't even bother checking it. So we breezed right in.
She didn't. Whoa,
And-
time out. She didn't just not bother checking. She never diverted her gaze from the
She
conversation.
didn't even acknowledge
having.
us. Yeah, she didn't even acknowledge us.
She didn't go like,
as if-
"What's that?" Oh, okay, go ahead. It's not even that. That was beyond.
Yeah,
the-
we just walked right past her. Bless her
Was it
heart. We
Serena
need more
Williams?
people in.
Did they just
Why-
make
why
her
is
work
she
at the
working
stadium after
security?
she lost?
Oh, is that what they're playing for? Not to have to work
Yeah,
in the stadium.
Not to have to work the AEW show.
If you lose a retirement match at the U.S. Open, yeah, you just have to work there from now
Yeah.
on.
They had Jimmy Connors doing hot dogs. Now that I think of it, we walked by this old guy. Is he alive? Did that joke work?
I don't even know what that is.
Old tennis player.
He's the poor man's John McEnroe.
Yeah,
I see.
kind of.
So when we were up at our original seats, I eyed a section that had enough seats to seat us. And it was like a good section too. But again, we ran into a problem being the security for that section actually cared about their jobs. So we
happened.
sat down, and just as I sat down, they're like, "Can we see your tickets, please?" And it's like, "Oh well, all right." And then we just got up and left. I was like, "Oh yeah, we don't belong here." They were like, "Yeah, we thought so." All right, go back to your seats, please.
Did
then-
you
so
look
then we
like
just-
lower class than the typical people at the lower bowl of an AEW show somehow? They're like, no, these guys can't afford those tickets.
No, I think it's just because they were paying enough attention to see that the people who were sat at those seats had left.
Ah, fair.
And by the way, it was the usual assortment of neckbeards in that.
That's what I
section.
figured.
There wasn't any. It's not like there was
There was-
an elite, pun intended, section there.
There was no one drinking mojitos and they weren't checking their investment banking.
I will say,
portfolio.
I've been to multiple tennis matches at Arthur Ashe Stadium in the upper
Oh,
bowl,
really?
and there's really not a bad seat in the place.
I
Like,
agree. The
so
way
were your
the-
seats
the
so bad
stadium-
that you felt the need?
no. but it
Well,
was
it's not
better.
that they were bad, but the thing is, I feel with pro wrestling, when you're closer, you see the facial reaction, you see the subtleties more. Otherwise, you'd have to watch that more on the big screen. And so, from our original vantage point, we there were points where you had to look up at the screen to really see
Okay.
what was going on. But then, so we eventually did find we got kicked out. Eventually, did find a spot. Saw people, a whole family, like pack up and leave, and we were like, "This is it. This is our spot." And we sat there. But then the problem was, by the time we sat there, we're sitting, and it's like, okay, I feel like 10 minutes into this match we're watching, it hit me that holy shit, I'm fucking tired and I want to go home.
You had the adrenaline from fighting these security guards and doing stealth work to get a new seat, and then when it
Yeah.
wore off, yeah.
Yeah, then it was like, oh shit, it is already fucking 11:30, and I'm an old man, and I'm already in bed by now.
And then I saw you doing the advanced calculus in your head, like how good is this match coming
Yeah.
up? How tired am
Is
I?
it
How
worth
does-
it?
Yeah.
It was, I absolutely had to do that mathematics of like, all right, I looked up what matches were left, and I'm like, yeah, I do want to see them, but
Yeah. Like if
They're
it
gonna
was
be on TV
like
anyway.
Okada versus Ishii or something, like you would have been like,
Right.
okay, I'm staying.
No,
Fuck this.
yeah.
Stay to 4 a.m.
Right. But it wasn't that. And I watched them on TV, and I did not regret leaving early.
I didn't
So,
watch yet. I
Not,
want to see.
not that it was bad. It was good.
But no surprises happened. That's what you were worried about. There was a battle royal,
Right.
There was a battle
Yeah.
that we missed.
But we did see a lot of stuff. We saw the great Muta.
Yeah,
Oh, he's still alive?
He came out. He came out to save Sting. How ridiculous!
My God.
In 2022,
It was
great,
but it wasn't
1989.
It wasn't done in like WWE style where the old man has equal footing with the good young guys, and it's all stupid. And it was just like believable. It was like fan service. It was like just a circle jerk. You know, it was fine. It wasn't in the top main event level. It was like in the middle of the card, and they just had a big clusterfuck like no DQ match with breaking tables and stuff. It was good. It works. Like
he just came out and sprayed his mist. He didn't do anything not believable.
And he looks like
shirt.
No,
he
took it off.
Shirt.
He had a shirt and took it off. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He had a robe and he took it off, but he was topless.
He looks like a
Muta daddy.
It looks like a grizzled old ex MMA guy who's like 60 now. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
Gray chest hair. It looked like fighting bears in the fucking. In the
You can see in the wrestling Discord, there's a photo. It was posted this morning
of shirtless Muta.
Yeah,
shirtless Muta. We have a Discord, by the way. If you didn't know, you can hang out with us all week long if the podcast isn't enough for you.
Dusty Rhodes Muffler says Rob and 3D were actually at the Great American Bash in 1989.
I wish I was fucking 6 years
Legendary.
old.
Dusty is in that Discord you were just about to talk about that I rudely interrupted. So he's in there.
Yes, we have a Discord. Dusty's in there. You can hang out with us and some of our favorite members of the Livecast Nation. So hit up the Discord. The invite link is at ripalivecast.com. Dusty also asked, was Rob the guy who smoked weed at Arthur Ashe? Hate to break it to you, Dusty. There wasn't only one guy who was smoking weed.
Well, I think he's referencing a specific thing from the U.S. Open.
I was going to ask.
What happened?
There must be some incident that I don't know.
There was some tennis player, I think maybe Nick Kyrgios, one of like the bigger men's tennis players, like in the middle of a match, like complained that there was someone was smoking weed in the crowd and it was distracting him. So they.
Oh, I see now. Nick, accuses fan of smoking marijuana and warned for spitting in U.S. Open win over Benjamin Bonzi. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he was just being a little bitch.
Oh, you know what? That's so weird because I went to a Mets game. I was right across the street from there, and I got arrested that day. That was so strange.
for somebody else just smoking weed. That's crazy. But I actually did smoke weed at Arthur Ashe with my buddy. We went out and had a little smoke break.
Darren?
No.
Not with Darren. And Darren
sure
did not get arrested.
He would have been
Josh.
fine inviting me. I don't smoke weed, so he doesn't even ask, which is fine.
It was my buddy who actually has a medical prescription for it, so he needed it for his. It was his medicine.
Is that a legit medicine thing, or is he got a because maybe I don't know if he's from New York, but maybe he needs it just to smoke weed.
Jeez, what is going on?
That one's me.
Sorry, everyone.
That one I think is
no. It's me.
It's
as well.
Both at the same time. It definitely was one right here.
Yeah. No. Shifty Shortcake says Arthur Ashe. Am I right?
I mean, you don't even need to change it from Ash. It's already like a weird.
Ash
reference.
is also a thing.
I want to give credit. I think Dusty made that joke too once when we were talking about Arthur Ashe Stadium.
But there was a smoking section, and we were not the only ones smoking weed. Long story short, bless our hearts. But it was really fun. It was very exciting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Lovely time.
It was.
Go see some pro wrestling live,
especially AEW. I never had a bad time at an AEW show.
Yeah, I had a busy week. I went to see that show, and earlier in the week on last Sunday, I guess 6 days ago now, I went to see Meshuggah live.
The only band I know of that's named after a Yiddish word.
Yeah.
That isn't a Yiddish band.
Well, do they? The Yiddish bands even name their bands in Yiddish?
Maybe. But I love Meshuggah. They're one of my all times. I think I've said this about tool, but I feel it more so for Meshuggah now. It does feel like going to church, like in the sense of like I'm overtaken by the music and I am one with it. And I want to just put my hands in the air and be like, yes,
You have a hole in your armpit?
yes.
Other
Yeah,
one. There it is.
there it is.
Rob just
There it is.
wearing his tattered rags on the live cast.
Yummy.
It's the style now.
It's perfect for the armpit vagina. It's a little
No,
slit.
it's good. It's good. And also it allows some breathing room. It gives a little air, a little circulation there.
Might be time to get rid of that shirt.
This is my it's so I only wear this indoors. It's my it's my Jose Mangan affliction t-shirt.
Wait, did
Yeah.
he give it to you, or are you just saying that's the kind of shirt he would wear?
No. It is a gift that he gave me, but it is his shirt. It is his affliction branded shirt.
I swear to God, I would have made that joke, but I thought it was too on the nose. So
what
I
was on the
refrained.
nose?
That is that what a Jose's shirt's? But it's like
Yeah,
so
it
like
literally is.
stereotypical that guy that I wouldn't even.
I
make
feel
that
like
joke.
we've discussed this particular shirt on the show before. I've had it for quite a while. Look, say what you will,
and I will.
Shirt's quality. It's lasted me a long time.
It's got a fucking massive hole in it. The quality's not that great.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine.
That's the style now.
It's honestly, it's the fabric itself is very comfortable, which is why I find it very hard to throw out. Good.
Oh.
I think my just not sitting straight accentuates my bosom.
We need to bring the word bosom back into the parlance.
Yeah,
Big fan
it's
of
a good
bosoms.
word.
But yeah, so I saw Meshuggah. So first of all, Converge opened for Meshuggah. This was at the Hammerstein Ballroom in Midtown Manhattan, New York. And I was very proud of myself. Found a parking spot 1 block away for free. It was very exciting. And Converge brought it themselves. They were so good. They fucking played a headlining set in their own right. Like if the night ended there, it would have been satisfying enough, is how good Converge were. But then Meshuggah came. And I was in the back with my friends. And I was feeling it. I was getting my buzz on. And Meshuggah starts, and I just felt like I was too far away. Normally I'm all the way in the back. I don't want to be, run into or whatever. But for Meshuggah, I had to get closer.
No, wait. When you say run into, do you mean like literally someone running into you, or like running into someone you know?
Like a double axe handle.
Yeah.
No, I mean like a mosh, or I don't want like to be knocked or all that stuff. I want some semblance of personal space.
Yes,
which you can only really get in the back. But for Meshuggah, I felt like I needed to be close. I couldn't see them much with the pro wrestling. I want to see the facials, Jens.
Whoa, you want to see facials at a Meshuggah show? What is this, Guar?
I want to see how he does those faces, those weird faces. Anyway, so the mosh pit, the main mosh pit was not too far away from me, and it was pretty big. And I thought to myself, if I just get to the mosh pit, I could totally cut through it.
Oh boy,
being a big strong man, and then I'll be fine. And sure enough, there I am in the fucking mosh pit. And it was fine. I didn't get hit or anything. It was just really, really fucking sweaty and disgusting. Which of course, but
it's like a Russian bath. You're used to that.
I guess in a sense, yes, but it's a different kind of gross. There's no immediate access to showers here.
Meshuggah Banya. Meshuggah Banya.
Well, hey, Children of Bodom are opening a Banya. Maybe Meshuggah will be the next. Maybe that'll be the new trend with metal bands. But anyway, so I got to the end of the pit, and I'm so focused on protecting myself and not getting hit. And I realized, oh, Rob, you should turn around. Let's see how close I am. And holy shit, I'm right there. I turned around, and it is as if they are playing exclusively to me. Like directly in my eyesight is Tomas Hake, the drummer of Meshuggah, who is phenomenal. And I'm like, and I couldn't leave, as disgusting as it was, and all these sweaty, not attractive men bumping into me.
Not one.
Wait, Wasn't there something in the news
No one
this
was
week?
doing it for
Adam
me.
Levine was saying that only ugly girls listen to metal or something. Are you
No
saying that
hot.
it's
Well,
also?
we'll talk about. I'm not saying. I'm just saying in my immediate vicinity,
Mm,
there was nobody who I found attractive. But
it's probably for the
oof,
best. You don't want a boner in the pit.
of course,
That's
I'm not
sexual
looking
harassment.
for. Yeah, certainly.
Well,
But
if you make enough friction, you can take care of the boner.
Also, I mean, it is good for personal space. If the boner sticks out enough, it just keeps little
that's a good point. That's a good point. It's a good way.
radius of distance.
Well, you better make sure you don't. Anyone, by the way, we should say a disclaimer. Anyone who has a penumbra, whatever's that penile implant called?
Remember.
The pinola. Don't go into a Meshuggah show because
Yeah.
Yeah,
personal,
it's
you're
dangerous.
putting
Stay in the
yourself
back.
in danger.
Or go on the balcony, perhaps.
And so yeah, no, so it was amazing. I stayed there the whole time. It was phenomenal. And I can't remember the last show where I willingly suffered through so much punishment, physical punishment, in the sense of like I was constantly getting elbowed in the back, and as everything you would expect being third row at a Meshuggah concert, which I hadn't done in quite a while, but it was a wonderful experience. But the reason that I've mentioned this is I had maybe the most random fan interaction I've ever had, or wildest. There's some qualifier for this fan interaction. Maybe you guys can help me out with it. So, in between Converge and Meshuggah, I'm going to the bathroom, and I get stopped on the way to the bathroom. I'm not there yet, and it's like, and all I hear is Rob. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And of course, like, I don't know who this person is. I'm like, do I like, and it's that game of do I know this person and just not recognize them, or is this a metal injection fan? Because I mean, it's a Meshuggah concert. The chances that people know about metal injection would be pretty high here. And he goes, Rob, bro, I've been trying to arrange for you to do DMT with blah, 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 and I just can't make it happen. And I'm just like, what? DMT is like, first of all, yeah, like, who are you? And second of all, DMT is a hardcore psychoactive drug. It is like, it is for advanced drug use. Like, my response to him was literally, I'm not sure my mind can handle that. He's like, oh, well, all right, man. Well, I love your interviews, bro. Thank you for everything. I'm like, thanks. All right, great. Hey, guys, I like drugs.
You probably heard that drop. But wait, so where he was did you get any more information on why he was trying to hook you up with DMT? Like, did you speak to him before, or?
No, well, first of all, I had to use the bathroom, so I wanted to get away from. I wasn't gonna sit there and linger. I wanted to go fucking piss. No, I did not get any more information on what. I think he was saying he wanted to set up a video where I interviewed a musician while we were both on DMT.
Oh,
Just because in the past I've done interviews where I would get high with people on marijuana.
Sure.
Which is a completely different drug. That's like if I have do interviews on camera where I'm having a beer with somebody and someone comes up, hey man, I want to set up an interview where we do 30 shots right away and then do an interview. Like, wait, that's different.
But wait, so this guy thinks you still do interviews with musicians? Did you break the news to him?
Like I said, I did not.
Yeah.
I just
He
said
didn't wait for you by the door to the bathroom?
No, I did not see him the rest of the evening. No.
You should have made this a series. Like Rob next week, Rob interviews the Red Cord while shooting up heroin.
Doing steroids with Tim Lambesis.
Just top 10 tips for how to inject your roids, like where to inject them.
Speed eating In-N-Out burger with the drummer from Dimmu Borgir.
I'm into that. Good question. Dusty Rose Buffler asked, what was his metal injection junkie username?
I think he was Rob Pazzabini as a lib cunt, right? That's
right.
Oh, that may be him.
He also said that he actually meant DDT.
that guy.
Did he grab you in a front face lock and slam your face into the
Gonna
bathroom
pin you
tile?
and make you humble.
No. It was DMT for sure. And then at the end of the night, I'm outside waiting for friends. And I get.
Did you find any?
Boom!
Boom. And I get smoked up. I get lit up.
So I guess he did find a friend.
I did find a friend. Actually, Sid, you knew him from the Temple days. Ilya, remember Ilya?
That kid's still alive?
He's
No
still
way!
alive, but he's a massive pothead now.
Well, you
Well,
say
he was
he's
a
just
massive
a friend.
pothead then.
Oh, okay. Well, see, when I met him, he was straight edge. I think because his parents told him, made him not do drugs, and so he tried for a while
Yeah,
not
that
to
works.
do it, and then he just became an even bigger pothead.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. He had really good stuff. He smoked me up,
He
and
was
then
at the
somebody
show,
else.
or you just
He was
walked
at the
up
show.
to-
Yeah. And then somebody else walks up to me eating a pizza, like, "Hey, are you famous?" Which, like, how do you respond to that? Like, why are you putting that on me? I of course said, no, I am not famous. He's like, no, I've definitely seen you. Are you on Metal Sucks? And I said, no, I'm actually on Metal Injection. And he goes completely sincerely, not at all ironically or making a joke. I go, no, I'm Metal Injection. He goes, oh, Metal Infection. Right on, man. I love it. I love your stuff. Cool, man. Yeah, we just finished the show. Like, he was clearly, out of it. It was very endearing. It wasn't anything. I'm not shitting on this guy. And he mentioned that him and his girlfriend are at the show because they won tickets from WSOU. And
wow.
me and
that
my
still
friend
exists?
Anthony. And that we were like, wow, people still do that. People can still win tickets from a radio station.
I feel like the next contest is you should just win the radio station. It's gotta be worth like $90 now.
Oh man, no, SOU is the only free over-the-air metal station in New York.
And barely in New
89.5.
York. It's from like South Jersey, and you barely hear it.
No, it's got the signal's gotten much better. I think they
Oh, is
improved
that
the antenna. Yeah,
So you can of course you can just listen to it streaming, but I mean, like, you can listen to it in the car with the air radio.
Yeah,
I
over
used to.
89.5.
Wow.
Yeah,
I used to, but it was always faint in the old days.
no, it's significantly improved, especially now with like HG radio and all that stuff. And as a radio nerd, it's cute to watch these like freshmen, broadcasting students.
Rob thinks it's cute to watch freshmen.
Oh, come on, do their air
What's the
checks.
drop?
Well, at least they're in college, Rob. He's making the joke is progressing towards the less harshness.
I didn't qualify it in the quote, so.
Oh, okay.
The drop we hear 5 years from now, we won't remember which kind of freshman he was talking about.
I tried to bail you out, Sid, but oh well. You're determined to be a prick.
I mean, I am feeling very old right now. I'm 30. I just turned 39. I'm the only livecast host still in their 30s.
Yeah.
And but no, it's fine. It's fine. But so Lawrence, my boyfriend, his niece and her friend, they're staying with us because there's a hip hop festival in the city this weekend, Rolling Loud.
Where's that happening?
It's in the City Field parking lot. It's actually right where we were.
We were talking about how that could conflict with traffic, right?
Yes. And like, just being around 20-year-olds, you really feel the generational divide. Let's just say, and nothing really specific, but also they were telling me, so the first night of the festival was yesterday, and it was, I don't know, 100,000 people. I don't know if it's 100,000, but tens of thousands of people. It was packed. And she, like, everything she was saying, while at a Meshuggah show, it was fine. It was only like 2,000 people. And, you could stand at a reasonable distance back, still enjoy the show. She was far as fuck back, and she was saying like, oh, it was so sweaty. And a guy this guy like peed right next to us. He said, yeah, I really have to pee. And he just went and peed, and he peed on some woman's leg.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they were talking about how there was this girl, she kept trying to cut, and they were like, look, you can't, you're not going to get anywhere. There's nowhere to go. You're done. And she pushed through them anyway and like separated them by 4 people. And then she just ended up one row ahead, like ultimately did. And it's like, oh yeah, all of these things made me realize like how taxing going to a festival specifically is versus just going to see 1 or 2. Like I can only handle 2 bands max.
Yeah.
Converge. Like I showed up, Converge started playing almost right away. I made sure to check the set time, so I got there right before they started. I was sit through 1 set change, fine, that's doable. Hit the bathroom, get a drink, boom, headliner, I'm out of there. Sometimes I don't even stay through the whole like sometimes I'm leaving before the encore to beat the rush.
Yeah, you're 40.
This is why I've already cut to the end where it's like, oh, I just won't go to the show. That's the quickest way to get home is to not leave.
That's when Rob's 49.
I still feel the power, like the power of live music still entrances me. I love it. I love experiencing live entertainment, like it is not lost on me how magical the idea that these fucking 5 suites flew over here and they're creating this thing as perfectly as sounds in my headphones when I listen to it, but live in front of me. Certainly some artists don't do it all live, but still. It's still very cool. And I love that. It's just everything around it that sucks. Getting there, getting in, the prices for the fucking drinks.
Other people.
Other people. Yeah, they should just be performing for me.
Well, here's a good question. Shifty Shortcake says, I think people have been behaving worse at gigs since the pandemic, like they forgot the rules. Is that true?
I could see that. I don't know. I didn't really experience too much of that. The only thing that really annoyed me being that far close, and again, I haven't been this close up at a show like this in a very long time, is crowd surfers. I think that should be illegal. Like crowd surfing is just fucking the worst. It's so fucking selfish and rude.
And you can't opt out of it. Like you have to support.
You can't opt out of it. And like I feel like I'm a big target as a tall guy. Like people were trying to use me as a springboard. Like they just fucking grab on my shoulder and jump up. I would, certainly I would not participate, but sometimes I didn't have it. Like I had nowhere to move and didn't have a choice.
Immediately squat. Immediately squat. Immediately counteract what they're trying to do. That would be my trick.
Yeah, I would never. Yeah, I would never participate.
I'm about 5 inches shorter than you, and still people would do that to me too. And the first time they would do it, I would stiffen up. I'd say, bro, I'm not your springboard. Like find somebody else.
Yeah.
If they do it again, I would pull them down and make sure that they do not use me as a springboard.
Yeah.
Because fuck you. No.
Fuck you, no springboard.
Because here's what happens when they do that. They don't just springboard you. They get up there and then their foot goes in your face.
Yeah.
That you're now the horizontal springboard as well as the vertical springboard.
Worse than the crowd killing.
Yeah.
Worse than crowd killing is bad.
What is crowd killing?
Crowd killing is when you're in the middle of the mosh pit and you run at full speed towards the edge of the pit and jump and then just start punching the crowd. You're killing the
windmilling.
Just like you're just being a fucking dipshit. That to me is more tolerable than crowd surfing, and I hate crowd killing.
Yeah, you know why? Because if some dummy punches you, like it's not enjoyable. But like you get a bruise. If one of these people, they're pressing on your fucking vertebrae, like they could do serious damage to your body.
I've talked about it before when me and Rob went to see 9 Inch Nails back in the day when we lived together. A crowd surfer landed on my head and I had my neck ached for like the next 5 years. Yeah. Not all the time, but if I did this, like I'd just have a pain right here all the time.
I blame the media. I mean, seriously, I'm joking, but I'm not joking because they glorify crowd surfing in every movie. Anytime there's some like movie about a show, a rock show, there's people crowd surfing. Like they make it look like the coolest thing. Everyone's participating. They're all pushing the person equally. It's like a socialism, And then in reality, it just looks nothing like that.
It's fucking stupid.
Dangerous.
Here's a tip. And I will preface this by saying only do this if the crowd surfer is the same sex as you.
Oh, yeah.
But if you'd like to dissuade crowd surfing, pop a finger in their butt as they're going past. Depending on the show, maybe they're into it. Maybe that makes the crowd surfing experience better. Right. But there's also a good chance they'll be like, you know what? I'm not doing that again. I got a finger in my butt.
You might get a date.
A PG version of that is give them a wet willy.
That takes too much preparation. They're probably past you by the time you've licked your finger and pulled it back out. That's a lot of work.
Would you lick your finger and put it in the butthole?
No, I go in dry.
I'm just wondering why you think it's okay to rape the same sex as you, but not the opposite.
I don't know. I feel like the punishment would be like a little bit less harsh.
Oh, okay.
In that case, that's all. I'm looking out for the fans. I don't want Livecast
very much into equal power dynamics here.
Yeah,
he doesn't want.
Yes, I've picked that up in his personality.
Or just like reach into their pockets, try to steal their wallet. Something
that works. I like
something
that.
Where they're like, you know what, I made a mistake crowd surfing. I will not do that anymore.
But here's how you do it. It's like an after school special. You find them after the show. You say, I have your wallet. You don't have to steal from them. Just say, I'll return this to you if you promise never to crowd surf again.
Maybe what movie was it? Fight Club, where the convenience store guy is like, you got to go and follow your dreams. I'm going to keep your ID, and if I come back here and you're still working at the convenience store, I'm going to kill you. Was that Fight Club?
Yes.
What movie was that?
That was Fight Club. Yeah.
So yeah, you could do that. I'm going to keep your ID. And I'm going to be at every metal show. And if I ever see you crowd surfing again, I will murder you.
That's a good way to do it. I might have better success than finger popping.
Try both. You never
know. Shifty Shortcake says he's going to try that at Fu Manchu this evening.
Where's Fu Manchu
Fu
playing?
Manchu's playing live still.
If you're successful, that move might get known as the Fu Manchu.
The Poo Manchu.
Maybe you get in there and chew a little bit.
Oh, they're in Shepherd's Bush Empire in London, UK.
Oh dear.
Fancy.
Shepherd's Bush, eh?
Isn't that the band Bush is named after that place?
Is that true?
I believe. Rob, can you confirm? I know you're the Bush super fan among us.
I'm not a Bush super fan at all.
Sad.
I heard there was a local woman that used to get naked and squat on a shepherd's pie, and that's where Shepherd's Bush came from.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Come on, guys.
So what was this thing about Gene Simmons that we started talking about?
Yeah, I was going to say.
My ears are ringing.
Let's get this Gene Simmons quote up here. He willingly admitted he has no friends. He proudly, perhaps, admitted he has no friends. Let's see. This was an interview with Goldmine, which is
what is that?
It's a music collector's magazine. It's a vinyl magazine.
I'm already interested. Anything with gold, I'm there.
Yeah.
This is why I have no friends in Bupkis. I have none. That's because I love gold too much.
His gold mine is that he pulls the gold teeth out of the people who use the kiss coffin before they're buried.
You know, that guy Hitler had some nice ideas.
Yeah.
I don't agree with everything, but he was a real moneymaker.
So, all right. So, do you have the quote, Gene? Do you have the quote up? It's the second paragraph.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I
of the link.
Where's the link?
I'll post it in the chat, in the private chat.
Ah, there we go.
Even today, as I sit here, other than that Meshuggah Paul Stanley, and we only get together when we do stuff for the band, How do I say this without sounding inhuman? He can't. Everything he says.
Yeah, seriously, it's impossible.
I don't have friends. Bupkis. Yes, if friends means, gee, I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon. Hey, you want to come over and hang out? I'm more. That's how he talks to people, prospective friends. You want to come over and hang out? I'm more interested in what I want to do. And I don't want to pretend that I'm interested in what you want to do because I am not.
I love that he's too self-centered to have friends.
Yeah.
And he's
Like,
very
that's what his
self-aware. I
experience-
feel that we should all be in touch with what assholes we are. That's maybe a redeeming quality somewhat.
Now, do you think this was his choice or his friend's choice? And now he's just trying to own it.
Yeah, like I think it's more like nobody wants to hang out with him. Nobody's calling him to hang out.
Yeah.
You know?
And now he's like, yeah, that's on purpose.
I mean, Sid, do you relate to this?
No, plenty of people would like to hang out with me. I just
Okay.
pick and choose my spots.
He's rejecting all of them.
You just don't like to hang out.
It depends what we're doing.
Your spot is right where you are now.
For the most part, that is actually true. I'll go out to have a succulent meal with my friends.
Mhm.
But if you want to go to a museum, you could fuck right off. That ain't happening. You want to go to a botanical garden? I'm busy. I have plans.
These are literally all things his wife likes to do.
Well, thankfully, she has lots of friends, and they all like doing that stuff. So she's golden.
Good. Not a fan of botanical gardens?
There's bugs there. I could look at flowers on the computer if I cared
Yeah.
about looking at flowers.
Also, can you imagine Gene Simmons calling somebody to hang out?
He would have somebody call them. He wouldn't be the one making the call.
My assistant will be calling you to hang out later today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the call.
My assistant, Susan. Lovely girl. You'll never have to actually come in contact with me.
So they're just hanging out with his assistant?
Yeah,
Hanging out with Susan.
she's a shiksa. She's terrific.
Oh my! See, when I saw these headlines, I thought he was like saying, I'm so busy with work and I'm just very career oriented and I'd love to have friends, blah blah blah. But no, he's just saying, yeah, fuck them.
Yes. I'm around people too much. I get very citrita in the kepi. I don't really enjoy it.
What a fucking weirdo!
These people are a pain in the tuchus.
How does this quote even come up? What were they talking about? Like, did the interviewer say, "Do you have friends? Like, who are your famous friends, or what?"
Let me see. Let me
Do
look
you know
up the
Robert
source.
Pazzabini?
He wanted to be Gene's friend, and Gene rejected him.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
He's like,
maybe
it's not you, it's me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say.
Who's the byline on this? Frank Godla?
No.
No, the byline is there's no. It's the staff. No byline.
Oh.
I guess this came. So it's a magazine, and this is just 3 excerpts from the magazine interview. You got to read the magazine.
Oh, this is like metal
Wait a minute.
injection linked to it. I thought it was
Yeah, no.
reporting.
Gene Simmons is too busy to offer those kind of interviews.
Yes, I'm too busy with my non-friends.
Yeah, read. There's a. I sent the link of the main
Oh, okay.
interview.
Where is it?
Here, it's in the
Oh.
private chat.
No, I
there's
mean,
also-
where's in the page? Where's what you want me to read here?
Oh, okay. It says on the afterlife.
On the app?
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ! Yes,
Yeah,
I'll be with Yahweh. No, it says I'm okay if there's a heaven and a God. I'm okay with it. I'm also okay if there's nothing. I lean towards nothing.
That's the same thing as his philosophy with friends too.
Yeah, it leads towards no one.
My question is, if we get an afterlife, do mosquitoes? Maybe my mother's sort of wise statement about every day above ground is a good day, and that's it.
If we get
That's
an
why I just
afterlife,
ride the subway.
this sounds like Sid. You're sort of in line with Gene Simmons here because you don't want to be around in heaven if there's mosquitoes around, right?
I mean, that'd be. What would a mosquito have to do to get into heaven? What's like a good, like, is it being like stinging most people possible or refraining from stinging anyone?
Yeah, well, I mean,
The thing is, its purpose is to sting. It's not being a dick by stinging. That's what it's put on this earth to do.
if there is a heaven, then if there's a God, God made the mosquito with the intention of stinging, of sucking people's blood out. So and spreading malaria and face-eating diseases. So
But I
I'm
guess
sure
once you're in heaven, you're probably like you're not getting diseases from a mosquito at that point, right? Even if they're around, they're probably just chilling. And if they bite you, I
Yeah.
can't imagine that it like leaves a mark.
Right. Or if it does, you could just get rid of it right away. It's heaven.
Yeah.
I've always believed that the best version of heaven is you don't actually interact with anybody. Like they're all just sort of simulations of other people that you know.
Everyone's in their own separate heaven.
Yes. So there's a Sid and a Rob there, but you all might be in hell. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I get to interact with you.
Okay.
You know. That seems like way more, but because if it doesn't work like that, it doesn't work because everyone has personality conflicts. If like you might want to do your perfect existence might be something I hate, you know.
Yeah.
Or
So
someone
it's
who is like a very close loved one to you can be somebody who murdered another person in heaven, and they
Right.
have to be in heaven with their murderer, because they're part of your heaven or whatever.
But there's
don't-
like billions and trillions of people in there, technically. What are the odds you'd run into the person you murdered?
That's true. But what about this? What about, maybe I don't want to do what you want to do right now, and I still love you, and you still might be my best friend, but
Sounds like you're sounding like Gene Simmons right now.
Yeah.
yes, no, I'm not. I'm saying there's a time and a place. He's saying I never want to see these fucking people. But it's like we've always said this about our friend Jeff that passed away. Like we have another friend who always posts on social media. I saw Jeff. He played a song in this diner for me, or you know what I mean? Like she's always saying, "This guy spoke to me," and like, do you think that's what heaven
these
is?
coincidences that
He's-
like
yeah.
are vague references to things that remind her of her friendship with him. It's like he's in heaven playing the song for us right now.
Yeah.
Like
His afterlife
Nick,
is
what a
he's being a
breast.
DJ for your fucking diner.
Once in a while, yes.
He gets an alert on his heaven phone. He's just hanging out by a pool somewhere in heaven, drinking. And
Like,
fuck, I gotta go play Green
yeah,
Day in
oh,
this
shit,
fucking diner.
They're in a diner. I gotta go DJ. Hold on.
I gotta go play Corn for her now.
And then it's only one fucking song. All of that effort, it's one song, and then he goes back. It's
and
not
that
even
to
worth the
him,
trip.
from his perspective, that's 1,000 years. So it's really messed up for him.
That's fucked up.
It's part of heaven, man. Unfortunately, Gene, say anything else?
Yeah, he had some life advice here. What was the third thing?
What he wished he
what
knew.
Yeah, what he wished he knew when he was younger that would have made life easier. Have
That-
more money.
Yes, more coffins to sell. No, that it didn't matter what I thought I knew, and it didn't matter what I knew. You still have to wade through the jungle by yourself. All the knowledge in the world, or no knowledge at all, doesn't prepare you for life, because there's no one journey, there's no one road.
Sounds like a White Snake song.
Yeah, what is he even fucking talking about?
Sounds like an old man.
Nonsense.
I'm just picturing him with his fucking Aquanet hair going through the jungle. That can't be good.
It's a deleted scene from The Warriors. Warriors come out and pay.
Oh yeah.
Reboot coming to Netflix this fall, or actually Tubi. Couldn't get it on Netflix.
Crackle. It's on
It'll-
Crackle.
It'll be on Vimeo.
A live leak. Live.
Right after a guy getting his head chopped off on the subway tracks at 7.
Can you imagine? I feel like Gene Simmons giving life advice. That could be a show. Like how we joked about when Vinnie Paul had his column in Revolver magazine. It always eventually just evolved to you got to eat her pussy.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
his is just like you got to lose your friends and make money. That's it. That's all his advice.
His
I
advice
never
is
eat pussy.
you gotta never
never
eat
eat
Pussy and buy a Kiss thermos.
Here's the link.
Also, a follow up to what happened. I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago we talked about friend of the show Dave Mustaine. And
yes.
Only a few weeks ago?
Most recently, the most recent thing I believe we talked about with him was that he claimed that he was the alpha of Metallica, that he was the leader of the band.
That's right. I remember.
It was on the Joe Rogan show, right? Like,
insane interview that he did on Joe Rogan. Many insane things. Imagine, a matter of fact, he shut Joe Rogan up for quite some time, which is hard to do. He notoriously talks over his guests a lot, and he was just sitting there like, this guy's an insane person.
I'm sorry. To be accurate, this was a recent interview with Classic Rock Magazine. Mustaine was asked about a comment he made in his autobiography where he referred to himself as the leader of the band in the early 80s. And the interviewer said that the statement was a bit strange since James and Lars are such alpha males. And Mustaine responded, "Oh, no, I am clearly the alpha male between the three of us. Why did I have to do everything when I was in the band? Why did they always ask me to talk to the promoters, collect the cash? Why was I the one to do the fighting? Blah, blah, blah. Why was I the one talking between the songs?" So the one person who could really talk to this, who would comment it, like, obviously James and Lars don't give a fuck. They're too busy on their fucking private islands to care what Dave Mustaine is saying. But Ron McGovney, on the other hand, the original bassist,
I don't have an impression of him. Sorry.
It's okay. He tweeted, "Dave talked to the promoters? ? Collected the cash ? James didn't play guitar before Metallica ?
Ron Burgundy?
Ron McGovney?" No, that's how I so he goes, "James didn't play guitar before Metallica? That's not how I remember those days. Just the opposite, actually. So believe it or not, somebody's calling Dave Mustaine a liar."
Did Dave reply? He typically will stand up for himself when he's pushed back on.
He did not reply to this, but
it's a pretty beta move.
I don't know if you recall, a long time ago, many moons ago, before Dave got proper management, he was spouting conspiracy theories, and one of them was talking about that Obama staged a massacre at a Sikh temple in Aurora.
Okay.
Well, actually, you're right. Now he's saying that's not what he said. I linked it in the private chat. Darren, this is where your Dave Mustaine impression does work out. I wonder if there's still that footage of him. Probably not. I'm sure his management has killed any of that live footage of him, like the video of him doing it.
You don't have it on your hard drive, Rob?
I don't.
It's right next to his crowd surfing porn.
What?
So it's because the what Sid suggested.
When I was down in Singapore, we were on stage goofing around, making stupid, drunk, and bonehead jokes on stage. And I said something that really negatively affected me for quite some time. It affected him, not the people that he said it about.
He's the real victim.
Right, because he lost out on business because people didn't want to work with him.
And you don't realize about stuff like that. We're living in a time right now where people are just very, very sensitive and argumentative, very litigious. I just learned that word. And we just want to play Megadeth music and be happy. We've got our own stuff that we need to take care of with our work, with our family, and with ourselves.
There you go. He didn't mean it. He was just joking.
And yet,
that's how he's happy on stage, by joking that the president set up a fucking massacre. All right.
I mean, like, okay, Dave. I don't know what to say. The funny thing is, like Obama, like, literally bombed the shit out of people. Like, he legitimately killed people. Why do you have to make this up that he killed a school?
That's a good point as well.
It's so bizarre. Like, every Republican idiot, like, critique of Democrats is, like, less bad than what they actually do. It's like they're pinheads.
Obama did call for a drone strike that ended up killing people at a wedding,
At a mosque.
Really innocent people. I think that's far
But
worse.
I will say that means the wedding ended early. And that's a win for everyone. If
You
you've
know
ever
what?
been
Sid
to a
always
wedding.
Sid always tries to find the positive in a situation. That's what I always
Yeah.
said about Sid.
Well, but Sid wouldn't have gone to the wedding though. He would
It depends how close I was to the
to
jihadist
the okay.
or whoever.
Sid and the imam go way back. I felt like I had to go. I was ready to get out of there at 4:30, and then I heard the air raid sirens. I was like, woohoo!
Just, stick around until they serve dinner, eat really fast, and then hit the fucking road. Once they're dancing and eating cake, that's when the bombs drop. You're already on the road home.
This is always Sid was on the Route 29 out of Kabul, and then this is him yelling out the window. Here it is.
Murder.
Well, they did, Barry hooked me up. He had cleared out the American citizens before he drops the.
Oh,
Oh, come on, of course.
That was nice of him. See,
Yeah.
It wasn't all bad.
yeah.
Wouldn't
What
have
about
this
all the
pod-
good things Obama did?
We wouldn't have this podcast if not for Obama.
But
Oh,
what
really?
about all the good things Hitler did?
What? Who was that? I don't know.
Hitler, he was the head of the Third Reich. Adolf Hitler.
Oh, I was
He's
talking about his
the,
younger brother, Larry
oh.
Hitler.
Larry, he did a lot of good things. He was awesome.
Yeah, always in his big brother's shadow.
He didn't do any conspiracies
kill
about
any Jews.
school shootings or he didn't make up any school shootings at all. Fake school shootings, I mean.
What? One more Mustaine link in the private chat, Darren. If you could read this quote.
Oh, sorry.
Something that Sid would appreciate. Dave Mustaine claims he's a stickler for grammar.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The guy that said the piece de la resistance is a stickler for grammar. Oh,
Yeah.
isn't this isn't it? Oh, here it is. I see. The songs really never are done until they're done. Oh, thanks for that. The lyric is a whole different subject because I am a stickler for grammar. And a lot of times I'll go back and look at my lyrics and think, God, what are you, a fourth grader? Because some of the grammar and the punctuation stuff will be off. Why does it matter what the punctuation is? Does it?
Yeah, it's.
Are you writing the liner notes? Like, who cares? Someone will transcribe it.
Yeah.
But it helps me a lot to go back and look at what I've written and learn from that because sometimes I'll sing the song in a character. So many of the songs are about relationships. I've had many relationships. No, I added that. So a lot of times if I'm singing it, it can be me or thee. It's whatever. What the fuck?
What?
I can be me or thee.
I'm very.
There's that
confused.
grammar working out.
Asked if there has ever been a situation where a cadence containing perfect grammar might not be flowing with where he's trying to go with the lyrics, Mustaine said, no! The thing for me is if I'm trying to write a lyric, I've got a pretty good grasp of the King's English. So if I have just absorb that for a second. So if I have a word that I want to use, that's the King's English right there, that doesn't fit, I'm pretty safe at saying I know a synonym for the word in question.
Oh, wow.
Very-
He's actually got a pretty
yeah.
big vocabulary.
Very astute.
Like, hello, me. Meet the real myself. There you go. That's a synonym.
Hello, thee. Meet the real thee. That's not working for me, Dave. It's not working. I got to try something else. Hold on. Hello, ye. Meet the real ye. How's that?
That all makes sense.
Maybe this is why he's so against pronouns and all that stuff, because like they don't fit his Megadeth meters. The new
Oh.
He's the only one allowed to use synonyms. That's his thing.
Hello, they them. Meet the real they them. Just doesn't work for me.
He prefers girl, guy, girl.
Oh my God.
Now that's something we can work with. Let's run that back. I like that. Hello, girl, guy, girl.
Oh, Dave.
Need the freedom to say incorrect pronouns.
And so that's, we got to thank him for being out in the media. Have you listened to the new Megadeth album, Darren? Have you listened
Just
to the new album,
just
Darren?
that single that we played on the show.
Dogs of Chernobyl.
I mean, we played the video of it. Yeah. But that's it. I haven't listened to it. No good?
I haven't listened to it yet.
How long has it been out?
It's been out a few weeks.
Wow.
I thought it came out like right before the show last week. Am I wrong? Or maybe it was
Oh,
right
did it?
before one of these shows. I'm not sure. So I remember thinking I should listen to it and then kind of talk about it for 2 minutes on the show, and I didn't.
It actually came out on my birthday. So,
So that's 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, my
Yeah.
mistake. Yeah, see, that's how unaware of it I am. It's just none of his recent albums have been very good. The one from like, I guess 13, that was the last one I kind of liked. And that's like 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. That's crazy.
That was the last one I kind of liked, and even that was very uneven. I listened to all of them once, and I don't like, maybe that 13 was probably the last one that I played again after the first time.
Jeez.
How many have there been since then? 2?
Like 4.
4, really?
Yeah.
I've definitely listened to all of them at least once, but I don't think any of them got another spin from me.
Let me ask this question. Have you spent more time listening to those albums or listening to Dave's cameos? Like if you total it all up, which is taking up more of your time? You two.
That's a good question. Well,
I've listened to his older albums.
No, I'm not
just the
counting
new
those.
ones, the
Yeah.
shitty ones. No, let me put this on the table. I've never listened to a Dave Mustaine cameo outside of the show, watching them with you.
Okay.
So, however much that is, that's how much I've
It's a
listened
good
to.
amount.
It's a good amount, but I did listen to probably so 4. You said 4 full albums, so maybe 4 hours.
Okay.
Is there 4 hours of Dave Mustaine?
I don't think we've listened. We watched
Close
4
though.
hours.
We have done a lot of cameos.
Yeah. And then you listen back to the show to extract clips. So some of them you've listened to twice.
Good point. Yeah, it's close. Definitely say it's close. Ye have a very good point.
Thank you.
I want to change things up a little bit. Play, it's been a while since we've had a hot live cast jam.
Oh,
but I think I found the next one. Some previous jams. Obviously, we've had, Hall of Fame level jams inducted into our live cast Hall of Fame. Such classics as "Smell Your Dick," "My Neck, My Back."
My pussy wetter than SpongeBob. Damn. Yeah, my pussy wetter than SpongeBob. Yeah.
So into that canon, I would like to present this.
I'd like to put it in a cannon and shoot it out.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh, this is a classic. I know this one.
What? Is a Planned Parenthood in the video?
So yeah, the video is in the parking lot of a Planned Parenthood. The song is called BDF. So
I'm BDF, nigga, baby daddy free. That mean I ain't got a nigga, baby coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go. I got murder on my mind. Let's go. I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Yeah, bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Murder. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. I forgot the plan B. Ain't no nigga cuffing me. You can't put me on the shelf, bitch. I'm outside with the team. All these bitches having babies, but that ain't finna be me. Said he wanna settle down. Niggas selling all these dreams. He got 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, 4. Bitch, he cheaper by the dozen if his ass have any more. And I'm only
That's
25,
amazing.
still got a couple years to go. I don't need a babysitter, cause this baby gotta go. It's a shortage on the milk, and them diapers be expensive. I ain't tryna be a MILF, so I swallow all his children. I got hyphy in my blood, so you know I'm big pimpin'. tripping. Niggas trying to fall in love.
political.
Niggas, I ain't with it. I done took care of niggas. Now it's time to care for me. Rearrange the alphabets and skip the L's. I'm a P. I be on these bitches next. They like Nick, I can't breathe. VVS is in my Cuban and my wrist is AP. Let's go. Yeah. Bitch, I got murder on my
Get back to the abortion part. This is
Murder
boring.
on my mind. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go.
My only
I got
critique
murder
so
on
far
my
is that she's
mind.
saying
I'm
murder
BBS,
and not
nigga,
murder.
baby daddy, that mean I ain't
Missed
got a
opportunity.
nigga, baby coming out of me, so I'm
Sure.
But Dave Mustaine would approve.
Sure.
Murder.
On my way
Yeah.
to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go.
There's like an old woman dancing.
I
with
think
her in
that's
a
her
McDonald's
mom.
T-shirt. What?
That's the abortion doctor.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hello.
This is
Now
a
we're
very
good.
explicit music video.
Yeah, put on some Nitzarek.
What is going? Why is this? Is that the
need
end of the video?
palate cleanser from that. That was great, but it was a little intense.
Wow.
That was intense.
You know, you see a lot of like pro-choice media artists and stuff. You don't see too many like pro-abortion.
Yeah, like
Like,
no,
let's-
literally,
yeah.
let's kill those kids.
There's one thing to be pro-choice, another thing to be
Well, it's
Those
not
kids
just
today.
pro. It's like you don't. You see songs and messages saying this is a medical procedure, that this isn't just murder. You don't see anybody feeling empowered that no, yes, I am
Well,
murdering.
yes,
a
You
Well,
see,
yes, I
baby.
you
am
see
murdering.
this from the man's perspective all the time of like,
Right.
ain't no woman's gonna, saddle me with a kid, blah blah blah. But you never see the woman's point of view saying the same fucking thing. I think that's honestly, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I genuinely think this is an empowering song.
Because the only
Just
person
because-
actually getting saddled with a kid is the woman.
Right. Yeah.
Even if she has the kid, the guy just bails. She can't bail. So this is like total female empowerment. It's a fantastic song.
I support you. More abortions, please.
Yeah.
There's already too much traffic.
You get an
Facts.
abortion. You get an abortion. You get an abortion.
Yeah.
Everybody gets an abortion.
Making it rain with abortions. There you
Yeah.
go.
It needs to be destigmatized because, like, right now, even like the pro-choice is like, well, it's better if you don't need to have one, but as a last resort, blah blah blah. No,
No.
it's fine. It's
It
just
should- it
another
could be
fucking
the
medical
first
procedure.
resort.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Get that stigma out of here.
Get out of here.
In fact, more
Certainly
abortions.
I feel like certainly after a certain point, it makes sense that it's only because of a medical reason. After a
Nah,
while.
fuck that. Get the tow truck.
How
in there.
about this? Yeah, late-term abortions will yank the kid out of you, and then you decide. Take a look
Yeah,
at it,
it's a good
size it
kid.
up,
Yeah.
live or
I mean,
die.
I guess
up to you.
no
Mom.
doctor's doing a third trimester abortion unless it's like
Sid, you're the president. What do you do with the baby if she declines? She takes the baby out. I'm not really feeling it. Where does it go? To the
I put the
homeless?
forceps in her hand and let her finish the job.
Oh, okay.
That's some
okay.
empowerment too.
What are we doing with the corpses?
Can we harvest organs or stem cells?
For
Get
another
everything we
baby?
need out of those babies, and then I don't know.
How about
feed
yeah.
those polar bears in the fucking North Pole that are dying out. They need
That's
something to
good.
eat.
Feed the people in England that they were bringing those jelly sandwiches to
The
the
marmalade.
queen's dead fucking rotting body.
Bury all those babies with the queen. How about that?
Oh, that's good. Be like
Replace the corgis with those dead babies.
Be like the end of Better Call Saul. Spoiler. Spoiler alert. Like, if people are watching, I don't see any dead babies. What's he talking about? You'll see.
Yeah, you got to relax your eyes like one of those puzzles.
yeah.
Dead babies everywhere.
It's true. Better call the abortion clinic.
Pick them up. It's like, what's that? 1-800-GOT-JUNK?
Yeah.
1-800-GOT-BABIES?
Got baby? I support abortions for me, but not for thee.
Gene Simmons doesn't have any friends because they were all aborted.
That's fine. I sell forceps as well. Kiss forceps, cranial retractors. We have all that stuff at the Gene Simmons Medical Supply Warehouse.
The way Gene Simmons performs abortions is he puts a little cyanide on the tip of his tongue and then he sticks it inside the birth canal.
Oh, and he didn't have to
Grabs it
get
on the fetus's head, and
he didn't even have to get that close. He can stand across the room and do
he's
that.
got a very long tongue. Yeah.
It's true. Very true.
What is this show?
We're very far afield from our
Yes, sir.
Very far afield. Let's
That's
play
a
this
word
clip.
I learned last week. A field.
What
Uh,
was that?
I'm sorry, I'm loading
That's
a
for
new
the
clip.
Japanese NBA. What was?
Yeah, this is
Oh.
Russia is on the forefront of not only war but sporting achievements. They have the slap fights, which
Small
is
scale war, we should say. They're not only attacking Ukraine; they're attacking each other in phone.
Yeah.
Yes, here we go. So it's an MMA fight for our audio listeners inside of a like a stereotypical British phone booth. Like they're right up on each other and they're fighting. That's the sport. And it's done completely sincerely, not for comedy. There's coaches yelling into the phone booth. This is absurd.
I mean, it's kind of for
and
comedy.
it's I mean, there's really no technique other than fucking like just punch
and
as fast
block
as
your
you can.
face, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, just throw fists really quick.
Someone will come
Oh,
up.
he stunned him. Oh, he's gonna die. All right, call it.
He's
Ref.
dead.
That guy's dead.
They call you on the phone inside the phone booth when it stopped.
Is there an actual phone in there that he could take off the hook and like hit him in the head with it?
There does not look to be a phone.
Ah,
Yeah,
bullshit.
no,
It's just the booth. This is fucking absurd.
And that guy looks 12. What the fuck is going on here?
Big
I was
twink
gonna say he
energy.
looks like a 12-year-old Barry.
Is this the Russian LSAT or something? What is going on here? Like this is the PSAT. That's what I meant. The one that the little kids take.
Wonderful. Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Russia's always trying something new with their media. You know, that's the biggest positive example of media deregulation. You know, who needs sporting commissions?
Oh, right. Well, these guys are going to be in the Russian army soon anyway.
Yeah,
so
they've been drafted, both of them. That's it.
And this clip is a few weeks old now, but I still want to play because it warmed my heart. Now, you know, like these right-wing idiots, their new thing is to go after drag readings, drag brunches,
At,
not
like, libraries.
brunches. Yeah, like drag readings at libraries. So basically, these drag queens show up and read to kids.
From regular
They're not
porn.
reading fucking like they're not
Porn.
reading like, you know, porn. They're reading
They're
children's
not reading
books.
from literotica.com.
And also like a fucking exactly, like a drag queen is essentially like a fucking dressed
princess.
up clown.
A
Or a
princess.
princess. It's a combo. It's somewhere between a princess and a clown. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's really not that big of a deal. But now some people on the right have said it's like a fucking grooming event, and
Yes.
they want to recruit your kids and make them trans and do all these evil things to them. When it's like, no, they just want to fucking read to these kids. So these completely innocent events have now become these weird fucking political war zones, in the sense that now these bigots show up and they start a scene and they get very aggressive, and then some of these readings have gotten shut down just because these libraries don't want the commotion. You know, they don't want the fuss, and in some cases there's threats of violence that seem pretty serious. So God bless the great people of Texas. The great leftists of Texas, they do exist.
They're all in
because
Austin.
these armed volunteers showed up to ensure that this drag reading event would go down. And check out this right-wing snowflake complaining. Like this clip is perfect.
Oh, whoa! Hang right there. I got it up here. Hey, Blue! Hey, she just spit on me.
That's the right-wing nutjob. He spit on me.
She just spat on me.
Well, what did you call them earlier when you were talking to them? Didn't you call them a bunch of fucking pussies?
No, I called them pussies.
Yeah, I mean, these people here.
No, just the ones that are wielding AR-47.
So what are you here to do today?
AR-47 is not a thing, by the way.
Right.
There's an AK-47.
Yeah.
I'm here to support people that don't indoctrinate and groom little 8-year-old kids. Credulous.
So why do you need to get in someone's face?
I wasn't. I was walking over here to talk somewhere.
It's funny that the people that force their children to go to church every Sunday and read from a book are complaining about others indoctrinating.
Yeah.
But go on.
It's not against indoctrination. They just want their indoctrination.
Oh,
to win.
this particular indoctrination.
Yeah.
So
I was
I need some clarification.
This one, and if you gotta go, you know what? You can.
Who do you need to talk to?
I didn't. I wanted to go talk to somebody. None of your fucking business. Who I want to talk to. Okay. All right. You don't have to. I know because I thought this was a public sidewalk. I'm being peaceful. I was just going to talk to pedophiles. Fucking close. Look, I was just.
I'm being peaceful, but these fucking pedophiles, like, calling people pedophiles.
Can I ask a question? Just I need clarification on what exactly grooming means in this context. I always thought grooming is like you're like trying to prep a young person to eventually fuck you.
It's lost its meaning. It's been memed.
Because like I don't think the drag queens are like showing up because they're like one day these kids are all gonna go down on us.
They're grooming them to become trans, is what they're saying.
So that's like a whole. That's not grooming,
right? The word is grooming. They co-opted it completely.
Yeah,
and right, and it's like so they're grooming. Like, why do they want them to be trans? Because it's their agenda. Everybody needs. They don't want gender now. We can't. Women can't be pregnant anymore. Ah.
What?
Oh well, there's a thing now that men can be pregnant because they're talking about female to male trans men who can still biologically get pregnant, and they
do they want them having abortions, or they can't have abortions either?
Well, the reason this comes up is because to be inclusive, literature now instead of saying pregnant women, it will say a pregnant person,
right.
And it's because like. Well, like stuff in like Planned Parenthood or whatever. If there's like any sort of official documentation. So now there's just you can't even say women anymore. This is sexist. It's like no, pregnant persons includes women and trans men and non-binary people.
But also, who gives a fuck? What do you mean? You could say whatever you want. It's just like a pamphlet. Yeah, it's
The other literature that appeared in was the Kiss comic book. Very very inclusive about.
There was that one where Ace Frehley got pregnant.
Well, it's like the whole it's like a new gotcha from the right way. Oh, can men get pregnant? And then I feel like some on the left kind of play into it.
The answer to that question, if a right-wing person says that to you, is I don't know, dude. Bend over and let's find out. That's the answer.
Done.
Get your finished right now, pal. I mean, like, who cares?
There's a little more to this clip. Let's watch it. It is stupid.
Just going to talk to someone. I get my 5. I'm going. Get off of here. You can't be here.
Is that Roger Clemens?
I'm sorry. This is a free time. Okay.
Roger Clemens is an actual groomer.
Yeah.
You know that story, right?
Yeah. Oh no, what's the story? And who's Roger Clemens?
He's a famous baseball pitcher, a great pitcher, but he was he's done a lot of horrible, shitty things in his life. But one of them was he sort of dated a 15-year-old without dating her, like just non-sexually, and
right?
Yeah. I don't forgot who it was, but like then they actually dated after she was of legal age. But he established a relationship with her. Yeah, he established a relationship with her when she was underage, and then proceeded.
She's dead now.
Is that right?
Yeah, she died in 2013.
Did it have to do with Roger Clemens?
She shot herself.
Ugh.
I mean, I don't know that it didn't have to do with Roger Clemens. Right. I'm sure that whole situation didn't help.
Yikes.
Yeah. She reported a possible long-term relationship between McCready and Roger Clemens that began when she was 15. Mm-hmm. Clemens' attorney denied the affair, stating that Clemens would bring a defamation suit. He admitted the relationship existed, but described her as a close family friend. He stated that,
Yeah, so I don't even know if I'm right about the fact that he held off until she was legal. That's what I had heard, but I don't know that that's true for sure.
Apparently, in an interview, she said she was 16 when they first met, and their relationship didn't become sexual until several years later.
Still gross.
Yes.
Just didn't want to say incorrect information. That's all.
Clemens might sue us too.
Well, I do want to mention as we wind down that we do have a Patreon.
Oh.
And we have a lovely episode of the show. Our latest Patreon episode that went up last week is a episode of, it's basically a whole bonus timeless episode where we talk about really dirty things like penis enlargement surgeries. Like we really go in on it.
I don't know
we
why
spent
you
like
every time you insist on leading with that. Every time you mention this, the star
because
of
I
the
feel
show
like
is
we
Frank
spent
Fedio.
45 minutes. Frank Fedio is that's true. And I feel like
you're
eventually
burying the lead.
we do eventually have to play that clip on the main show. I feel like
Do
we
it right
should-
now. It's a
Give a
50-second
teaser.
clip. Do it right now. Play
Yeah, we
Frank
don't have
Fedio.
to go. You'll see this more in depth on
Yes.
our Patreon, but we'll
Where's
show
the
you.
link? I can't find the link.
We're going to show you
I
what
think
we're
we
talking
deleted it.
about.
Let's see if I can find
because
it.
so it's basically Frank Fedio is a New York. He's like the New York Democratic National Council like chair or something, right?
He's some local bigwig, local politician.
All right, it's in the
corrupt
private
local
chat, Rob.
politician.
The YouTube link.
You don't even really need to know exactly what he is.
Yeah.
He's just a corrupt.
It doesn't even matter. He just has a fucking hilarious thick accent.
He's a cartoon character.
But we do
Oh, there he is.
We do
No.
cover. We do cover who he is. And all that.
Yeah, let me just get to the. Here's the footage.
Powerhouse Frank said
Oh, no.
was captured on video.
No, this is like one of those bots that take a news story and
Oh.
create a slideshow.
No.
Hold on.
It's worth the wait, folks.
Anyway, so it's on our Patreon, $5 a month. You get access to all of our bonus episodes. We have over 2 years of bonus episodes. Okay, I found it. I found the original clip on Twitter. Here we go. Oh, wait.
He's coming to arrest you, Rob. It's
Uh-oh.
defamation.
Yeah, let me mute myself.
Sicilian who will take your fucking order. You're absolutely done. You are never fucking call me again. Don't call me for anything.
Let's go outside.
Drop dead. Drop dead. Either. Yeah, what? You want to get it of me? Here I am. David, you should only suffer a terrible death. You got it, Dave? David, you should only suffer a terrible death.
Let's go.
Frank.
Say one more time. David, stop!
Don't ever fucking call me again. Listen, you prick. Don't ever call me again. Never.
Well, there you go.
And this was at like a Brooklyn Democratic Party meeting at some like nice seafood restaurant. And
Yes,
things got very heated.
Arguing over which shitty, corrupt judge or politician
Yeah.
or whatever they want to install without any democracy happening.
This is the democracy.
Yes, the elites arguing over which shithead to promote next.
The elites of Bensonhurst.
Hey,
That's the next Sopranos movie, isn't it?
yes,
God, you're muted.
this is what they do all across the country, though. They get the locals to do what the fucking party apparatus wants, and they're all the shitty people of that region.
As Dusty says, democracy manifest.
Yes, get your hand off my penis.
So you can get all that. And of course, the previous episode this month was a Livecast Hall of Fame episode, and we definitely induct the democracy manifest guy.
You sound like the
He's in the
Texas
Hall of
Rangers
Fame.
jersey wearing guy at the protest.
Democracy manifest spit on me. Officer, he spit on me. We inducted him. Who else did we induct in this one? The Gutan Dugas lady and Danny. We play some remixes of Danny too. Lots of great episodes in the archives. And we talked about Gene Simmons. One of the worst movies we've ever watched was Kiss. Night at the Phantom. What was it? Kiss?
Night at the Phantom of the Park of the Operas.
Yes. One of the terrible Kiss movie that you can't even find anywhere. We found like a really bad rip of it because they're so embarrassed, and rightfully so. You can barely call it a movie. Just barely qualifies. It's tons of really fun stuff like that. And if you want to support us, of course, but don't have the $5 a month, you could just hit us up, join our Discord, or give us a nice rating and review on your podcast listening app of choice. Does a lot. And as a little extra, we have a RIPL Livecast music break every week. We each pick a song, we throw it up on there, and we have a long playlist going over a day long. We each pick a song. I picked a great song by Converge, Effigy, from their classic album, Axe to Fall. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, I saw Converge earlier this week, and they were phenomenal. They were phenomenal, and to the point that I had to put them on all week. So I'm sharing some with you, the Livecast Nation. That's my pick. Darren, what's your pick?
I picked Shakira Ojos Así, which means eyes like yours, from her. I guess it's her first major label release, not her first album, but she had like two. She had one album when she was like a preteen or something, and then she had like one, like, you know, indie release, and then the Gloria Stefan's husband, the producer, produced her first major album release, and she goes hard, man. It's not like she became kind of poppy later, you know, but this is like the best way I could describe this album is kind of like late 80s, early 90s Bon Jovi in Spanish with Middle Eastern influences.
Wow.
It's really good. She became poppy. She's still good in her pop mode, you know, like Hips Don't Lie and all that. I like all that stuff, but she was like a legit rocker before, and she's really good. I recommend Shakira. This album was all in Spanish, and then the next album was the big one that she had. Whenever. That's the one after this. And that was
she's one of her favorite bands. I remember.
She plays Back in Black live she used to anyway. But this is Highway to Hell and Back in Black. But this album was purely in Spanish. The next one after was hybrid Spanish and English songs. So she was trying to appeal to American audience.
This is sellout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
All early Shakira is really, really good. I recommend her to everybody.
Darren's been a fan of Shakira since the demos.
Yes. No, actually, that's not true. I found her on Whenever, Wherever, and then
well, you can't even say specifically when you found her. It's just whenever, wherever.
You're right. That's very unkind of me. She's really, really good. I'm a big fan of hers. And it's like, yeah, it's just, you know, she just evolved, and she did the money thing, you know. But
and now isn't she like getting prosecuted for tax evasion or some shit?
Is that true? I don't know.
There's some sort of legal issue she's having.
She claims that she did that. It's all a mistake.
I remember she got divorced, and then she was doing her like media rounds as a single beautiful woman celebrity, and she went to Citi Field.
Oh yeah, that was earlier this year.
And she met the 957-year-old manager of the Mets.
He
said he was a huge fan of hers, and he was like basically in love with her. So.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a whole week-long news cycle about how excited Buck Showalter was to meet Shakira. And at first, like the assumption was he has no idea who she is. He's just being silly. And then it was like, no, he's sort of like really into her, and it's sort of weird and creepy. All right.
Yeah, he's got an old man trouble ongoing.
That's what the Cialis is for, Darren. Got to make it count.
She's single.
All right. And
do I get to say my playlist pick, or we just skip over that?
Yes, you do. Sorry.
The Beths, Silence is Golden. They are a indie pop band from New Zealand that my wife was listening to, and this one song was quite good. So, new music from Sid. The rare time, new music.
New music, Sydney.
And RIP stands for RuPaul Isn't a Pedophile.
Oh, that's good to know. I don't
For
know.
our earlier discussion.
It's a little random. But...
The drag queens grooming.
Fair.
It's a different kind of grooming. You just comb their hair and shit, do makeup.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's all.
And before we go, I want to give a shout out to our top Livecast fans. Oh, how can you be a top Livecast fan? Yes.
I did.
Well, if you're a member of our Patreon, it's only $5 more, $10 a month. Gets you all the perks of the $5 perk I mentioned earlier with the bonus episodes. And you even get a TV column from Sid. But then you get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How do I?
Let's pretend each one of these people has run into you at a concert and you're looking for an excuse to get away from them.
I like that.
All right, Eric, great to see you, man. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Benjamin, bro, dude, awesome. Listen, I got an interview. I'll talk. I'll come right back. El Deuterino, bro, so great to see you. So great to see you. Did you just get into town? So listen, I got to use the bathroom. Dan R, Sam, I am. Wow, haven't seen you two in so long. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back. Mindy Mayers Kippa in the flesh. Did you check out the merch booth? Cool. I'm gonna check it out. Just I'll be right back. I want to see if they have that shirt that I like. Jander, Shasur Sasutsis, Robin Ganoush, Cattle Decaf, bros. What up? We haven't hung out in so long. We gotta hang out soon. Yeah, for real. Totally. Listen, I think I see my friend over there. I'll be right back. And then we got Hugo Likes Tacos. We got Lando Danks.
Rob of
What's
Vampiro.
up, bro? Rob of Vampiro. No, I'm good, man. I just smoked. Thanks. I'll let you guys smoke. LaCroix, Corey, Scotty H, bros. Did you see the opening band? You missed the opening band, bro. You missed the opening band. I gotta find my crew. Enjoy the headliners. Doug Pigman, you son of a bitch. Douglas, who are you, Levison? What are you doing here? It's been so long. Hey, guys, it's Josh and Douglas. You guys catch up. I'm going to go get a drink. All right. I had to repeat that last one. That's the show, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.
Oh, I wanted to sign off with something.
Ooh.
I'm Ron McGovney. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.